The challenge is to win two. There's an insatiable drive to do it again.
The thing is, it's hard work being a champion. We just make it look easy.
He makes the catch.
Wow!
Oh, what a run!
John Elway, pass over the
Yeah, go!
End zone touchdown, Denver! Eaves kick.
It's got enough distance. It is.
Pain! Pain! They gonna feel nothing but pain!
Terrell Davis, he's got it. 2,000 yards. He's mobbed by his teammates.
You guys stick together, you keep on working hard, we can accomplish anything.
And the Broncos are going to win their 13th straight of the year. You don't think this matters to these Denver players?
What time is it? Game time!
Howard Griffith's goal line, touchdown, Denver! Denver Broncos are going back to the Super Bowl.
Are you ready for this? It's gonna be something special.
We gotta play 60 minutes of Bronco football. We'll be world champs.
Never been more happy or more proud of a bunch of men in my life. Now, off-season starts tomorrow because we're going.
There's only one job tougher than winning an NFL championship, and that's defending it. That was the goal of every player and coach when the Broncos opened training camp in the summer of '98. With the memory of that glorious day in San Diego still sharp in their minds, the Broncos set out to duplicate that win, and what a win it was. In one afternoon, the pain of previous Super Bowls became a distant memory.
Elway, handoff, Davis, into the end zone, touchdown!
Now an even greater challenge faced them, doing it again.
Anytime you have success, it's always easy to get a little bit complacent in the off-season. You feel good about what you accomplished from the year before, so you lose a little bit of that edge, that desire, that drive.
The Broncos have the talent, the coaching, the desire, and the game's best running back.
Smoking. 2 years ago, you go to training camp and the coach says something about winning a championship. Now, how many players on the team believe that? Not many. But this year, when he says, let's go win a championship, he says it with conviction, and all the players believe that.
Man, the one thing we're going to have to do as a team is learn how to finish plays. But doing what we did today, man, was a farce. That's not the way we operate around here. You guys want to be a 500 football team? That's the way we're going right now. You guys got to pick it up. Man, we're going to have some adversity once we go through the year on both phases of the ball. And what you do is you don't worry about somebody else. You do your job, and you do it as good as you possibly can do it, and then some. Let's do it the way we're supposed to do it.
And the Broncos did do it just the way they were supposed to in their home opener against the New England Patriots.
Wide open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Denver.
The cast of key characters remained much the same, to the chagrin of Patriots quarterback Drew Bledsoe. Bledsoe felt the heat from linebacker Bill Romanowski, who kept the Broncos' rush from sagging when Alfred Williams was out and Neil Smith was hurting. The momentum of a team record fourth straight opening day win carried into the next week, when the defending world champs scored 3 first-quarter touchdowns.
Gun. Not much pressure. Deep to the middle. Oh, Sharps all alone. Caught it in stride at the 5 and in for the
While the anticipated aerial duel between John Elway and Troy Aikman didn't have legs, Terrell Davis did.
And he's gone to the 50. And he's gone to the 40. And he's gone to the 20. And he's gone. Period. 63-yard touchdown.
TD went the distance on consecutive carries in the first half. 2 carries for 122 yards.
He's gone again. There's no one within 7 yards of him. Terrell Davis goes 59 yards for his second long touchdown run of the day.
By the end of the first half, the Broncos had all the points they needed to win. The Denver defense saw to that. As for John Elway, he ran for 1 score and threw for 2 more before injuring his hamstring in the 4th quarter.
A stroll in the park in Midtown Denver for the Bronco touchdown.
The Broncos could only hope that Elway would be strolling rather than limping into Oakland for a Week 3 matchup with the Raiders. Elway threw his fastest gun in the West routine at the Raiders and fired off an early touchdown pass.
Play fake. Looks into the end zone. Pass is going to be to McCaffrey.
But in the second quarter,
Touchdown.
number 7 was sidelined when he aggravated his hamstring injury. So backup quarterback Bubby Brister climbed into the saddle, only to drop the reins on his very first play from scrimmage.
Third and four, the throw one here, blitz by Harvey, throws, intercepted by Eric Turner. Coming up the left side, he's going to score. He's going to go 95 yards. They're not going to get him.
But the 12-year veteran shook off the pick and rebounded with a touchdown lob to Howard Griffith. Then an Elway-like rocket that earned the Broncos a 24-10 advantage.
He can run if he wants to. 15. Now throws. Pass. End zone. Touchdown.
Raiders quarterback Jeff George got a rude welcome from Denver defenders as Ma'a Tanuvasa, John Mobley, Glenn Cadrez, and Bill Romanowski all dropped by to say hello.
Now Waters blitzing his the drop. Intercepted. Intercepted. Ray Crockett. 30, 40, midfield, 45, 40. Bye-bye.
The Broncos improved their record against the Raiders to 6-1 over the past 4 seasons, their most successful stretch in the history of their storied rivalry. For the second week, the Broncos were on the road without the services of John Elway. But Bubby Brister was more than qualified to power the Broncos, tossing 2 scoring strikes.
Rolls to his right, flips it into the end zone. McCaffrey, touchdown. Beautiful catch as he tiptoes out of the side.
Up by 10, cornerback Darian Gordon's 8th career touchdown extended Denver's lead.
Far side 45, back down the far sideline 30, 25, 20. Good night. Touchdown for Denver.
Still ahead after halftime, the world champions turned to the NFL's top ground gainer.
Davis left side. Nice block by Tony Jones. Davis. Big hole. Davis. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Terrell Davis.
Whatever resistance the Redskins gave, it was far too little and far too late. The Broncos teed off on Washington quarterback Trent Green and drove to their 4th straight win. Five different players scored to give the Broncos a second straight undefeated September. Back in the starting lineup against Philadelphia, John Elway's sore back remained a source of concern.
Hey, bud. Don't aggravate it anymore.
Try not to.
Hey, Brian. Brian, let me give you some words of encouragement, okay? If Bubby goes down and you're in there, you cannot go down because we don't have any more quarterbacks.
On the very first play from scrimmage, backup Bubby Brister had his hot rod offense off to the races.
Okay, let's go with the 18 toss out of a near left zoom with a C counter motion, okay?
Translated to English, it meant give the ball to TD.
Give me 18 handoff strong out of near left zoom C left.
Griffith will reset offset.
And that translated to touchdown.
15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Yeah!
It was another scorching start for the Broncos, who smoked off the line with 28 first-quarter points.
5, touchdown. That's the first touchdown of the year for Rod Smith.
That guy here respected me.
Oh, is he? Oh, good, good, okay. Oh, good, we got what we want.
Play fake, Brister in the pocket, lobs on the end zone, wide open, Shannon Sharp, touchdown.
That was a great job, great job. Hey, that was a great job in a 12-man. Great job, quarterback keeper.
Mile-high waves crashed down on the Eagles throughout the day as the Broncos rolled in every phase of the game. The broken-down Eagles were demolished and appeared ready for the scrap heap.
We call 2-3 jet X bingo cross, okay? Tiger comeback. I want you to run a takeoff, okay? Run the arrow takeoff. If you get cover 8 or something, work run.
1st and 10, Denver on the move. Blitz is on. Brister in the pocket. Good time. Lofts one down the left side. Wide open. Rod Smith at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver.
I take my hat off to you. I think they had 50 yards total offense in the first half. We had about 320, 330, 35 points. But we got round 6 coming up. And what's that? Yeah. Man, enjoy the win tonight. Enjoy the win. Let's get ready to come back and kick their ass.
And the Broncos did just that. Returning from a 2-game absence, John Elway didn't take long to pick up where he left off.
Elway, play fake, in the pocket, plenty of time. Elway, deep down the middle of the field for Rod Smith. Smith got it! Inside the 10, 5, touchdown!
Man, I'll tell you, John Elway, bad hamstring, bad back, I don't care. This guy can throw the pill, and he just rockets it.
Later in the first quarter, Elway let fly again to give the Broncos a 14-0 lead and quiet the Kingdome crowd.
Fires left side pass going to be caught. 5, touchdown, Shannon Sharp.
Dog, I thought they had me when they brought Will up on the ball and put the safety back.
I know, and I thought the safety was going to have it, but the safety got screwed up.
Yeah, it took off.
Denver sacked Seahawk quarterbacks 3 times, and behind 14-10 early in the fourth quarter, Seattle's situation grew more desperate by the minute.
Hey, it's over with. There's nothing we can do about it now anyway. So let's go get our ass focused in on the next series, okay? That's what we got to do right now. Don't worry about nothing else, okay? Nothing else but the next series.
All the worry in the world couldn't prevent the Broncos' next series from winding up in the Seahawks' end zone. Seattle fought the good fight, but their mild comeback attempt was halted with less than 2 minutes to play.
Intercepted Glenn Cadrez. Cadrez has got the ball at the 32-yard line. Glenn Cadrez stepped in front of the intended receiver. That is his first interception of the year.
That fat lady's warming up. Baby, she's humming right now.
Denver needed just one more first down to bring the curtain down on Seattle.
Does it not? It is. Left side, TD. Here we go. 30, 35, 40-foot race. So long. Terrell Davis down the sideline. Can anybody get him?
Davis's 208 yards rushing helped secure a huge division victory for the first-place Broncos. In a Week 8 battle of AFC heavyweights, it was clear from the opening bell that it would come down to the survival of the fittest. After meeting the last 2 years in the playoffs, a mutual respect developed between the two teams, and that was passed along from one top quarterback to another. While John Elway got the chance to show off his soft hands, it was his rocket right arm that's made him a legend. And despite their best efforts, the Jaguars could do little to slow him down.
First and 10 Denver for the Jacksonville 41 as Elway drops straight back. Nice time, fires one over the middle. McCaffrey 10. McCaffrey hit at the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown! Boy, John Elway threw a strike on that one.
Following a Jaguars fumble that gave Denver the ball deep in Jacksonville territory, Terrell Davis scored to give the Broncos a 17-3 second quarter lead. Jacksonville jumped back into the fray with a second quarter touchdown. But the Jaguars soon realized they were up against a team capable not only of making big plays, but making history, beginning with a record-tying field goal attempt at the end of the half.
47-yard line. Snap a little high. Elam's kick. It's a line drive. It's got enough distance. It is. 63 yards! Holy mackerel! Move over, Tom Dempsey.
Jason Elam gives the Broncos a 27-10 lead at the half by kicking nothing short of an NFL record 63-yard field goal. And that may be all you need to know about how things have gone for the Denver Broncos, not only in this first half here at Mile High Stadium, but all season long.
Elam's kick tied Tom Dempsey's 28-year-old NFL record. And in the second half, it was Denver's pass rush that overwhelmed the Jaguars with 7 sacks. Meanwhile, the Jaguars' defense seemed to do more damage to themselves than to the Broncos. In the final period, Terrell Davis put the game out of reach with his 3rd touchdown of the day.
25-20, cuts back inside, 15-10, 5, touchdown! Oh, what a run! How many tackles did he break on
With
that?
136 yards, Davis joined Jim Brown and O.J. Simpson as the only runners to gain 1,000 yards in the first 7 games of the season. It was another magic milestone, certainly worth the price of admission.
Every time I come to Mile High, they get their money's worth.
3rd guy in the history of the game to get over 1,000 yards in the 7th game. In the history of the game, TD. Want a little speech?
TD, what did they get this year?
Oh, I forgot something. Oh, I'm sorry, Jason.
No kidding.
We kind of forget about kickers most of the time.
Let's go, Keith.
But what do you guys think? Tied the record, longest field goal in the history of the game, 63 yards.
Mike Shanahan had a wealth of reasons to smile, but that was before the Broncos were caught by surprise by the Cincinnati Bengals.
From the 17, throws in the end zone.
Yes.
Yeah, he got
The Broncos fell behind at the half for the first time all season. But an upset appeared less likely when Denver scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns that gave them an 8-point advantage. However, the suddenly resilient Bengals showed some comeback character of their own.
3 minutes left. Into the end zone. Passes lofted toward McTaglia. Touchdown. One-handed catch. Glenn Cadrez in coverage, but that's a great catch. And now the Bengals will obviously have to go for 2. So the ball is at the 2-yard line. O'Donnell, short drop, fires the fade to Pickens, the leap, the catch, the tie.
But the celebration in Cincinnati was premature. They should have known better. With 2:54 remaining on the clock, there was plenty of time for the king of comebacks to drive downfield.
Elway turns, hands off Davis, running left, trying to get outside. Davis to the goal line. Did he get in? Yes.
It was the 46th game-saving drive of John Elway's career. And the dramatic last-second win left Denver as the only undefeated team in the NFL.
We got to go out and play Bronco football. Start from the first play on and play 60 minutes. Broncos on 3. 1, 2, 3. Broncos.
Back home against division rivals San Diego, John Elway re-aggravated a pregame rib injury that put him out of the game. So once again, the call went out.
Bubby.
And with characteristic poise, Bubby Brister answered. Number 6 came through once more. Without their all-pro passer, the Broncos were still able to overrun the NFL's #1 defense.
Handoff Davis, here we go. 25-20, cuts to his left, 15, 10, 5. Davis to the pylon. Is he in? Yes, touchdown.
Ed McCaffrey added to the daytime drama with 9 catches for 133 yards.
We're in the red zone. We're in the red zone. Let's get 7. Let's get 7. Let's get 7. Let's get 7.
Brister rolls right, steps up inside a defender, lobs it on the end zone. McCaffrey, back of the end zone, touchdown.
Hey, Bobby. Great job, partner. Great job.
Without a capable backup like Bubby Brister, the Broncos may never have had the opportunity to continue their pursuit of an undefeated season. Brister filled Elway's shoes and ran like the wind, or at least a stiff breeze, and sailed toward the end zone.
Brister inside the 5, touchdown.
Brister's 38-yard score came on the Broncos' first series. Terrell Davis's 41-yard tackle-breaking trek came on the second.
TD still on his feet. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. The Broncos' second touchdown in their first 2 possessions.
Denver defenders allowed just 31 yards rushing and simply overpowered the Chiefs on their way to the quarterback. Ten straight and counting. Indeed, the Broncos' 1998 season had an unmistakable gleam to it. And against the Raiders, John Elway added a little more luster.
That's Willie Green. And that right there has knocked John Elway up over the 50,000-yard mark for his career. And everybody here at Mile High Stadium is on their feet.
Everybody except Raiders quarterback Don Hollis. Lineman Trevor Price, Alfred Williams, Mike Lodish, Marvin Washington, and others dispatched the Raiders with systematic ease. As the game turned into a rout, John Elway and Rod Smith attacked the league's #2 defense and lit up the Denver sky. So far, there was little drama in the Broncos' season. Victories were anticlimactic, their postseason berth assured. All the more reason to be wary.
There's going to be some games where they're going to take away your passing game. Some days they're going to take away your running game. But the main ingredient is to find a way to win as a football team, and that's what I think we have. A lot of guys that are unselfish. They may take a certain area away from our offense, but we're going to try to put points on the scoreboard and find a way to win.
The Broncos found a way in San Diego after the Chargers' top-ranked defense showed its teeth and pressured them into 4 turnovers. But the Broncos responded and did what great teams do to win. The Denver secondary recorded a season-high 5 interceptions, and while the Chargers outgained the Broncos, they couldn't keep John Elway under wraps, and his 4 touchdown passes sunk San Diego.
To the back of the end zone, catch!
And for those who are counting, the unbeaten Broncos entered the home stretch in their battle for perfection. And next up was a battle indeed. The underachieving Chiefs arrived in Denver eager for the opportunity to stop the Broncos' streak.
Setback is Bennett. Cannon to throw. Dumps it off. Right side. Caught by Anderson. Turns up the right
Kansas
side.
City stunned the mile-high crowd by jumping to a 21-7 lead. John Elway rallied the Broncos with his first 400-yard passing day in nearly 13 years. But after tying the game at 21, they were unable to take the lead. Twice they self-destructed at the goal line.
Second quarter, quick slant pattern, intercepted! Intercepted by McMillan at the goal line! Elway off tackle right, hands it off to Davis. He slipped the fumble. It's a touchback. Kansas City's got the ball.
The Chiefs took full advantage of Broncos' mistakes to seize the lead in the second half.
Long throw, once Horn in the end zone. Catch Joe Horn.
Trailing by 10, the sun appeared to be setting on the Broncos' perfect season. But midway through the fourth quarter, Denver fans finally got to see real Broncos football.
The Chiefs don't blitz, they rush 4. Elway stops, throws, pass, caught. Willie Green, first down. Green still running. Green breaks away. 20, 15, 10. Green inside the 5 to the goal line. He'll be marked down inside the 1. Elway hands it to Davis, left side. TD hit into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. And the Broncos aren't dead.
TD's third touchdown pulled the Broncos to within 3. Moments later, Elway gave Denver its first lead.
Play fake, Elway pressure, steps up wide open, sharp, end zone, touchdown, Denver! Touchdown, Broncos, they're in the lead. The streak's not done yet, folks. And the Broncos are going to win their 13th straight of the year. You don't think this matters to these Denver players? They're celebrating like they won the AFC Championship and are about to go to the Super Bowl. Don't let them kid you, folks. The unbeaten streak matters. And it's going to continue at least for another week.
Well, it always happens when you least expect it. In the New Jersey Meadowlands, the New York Giants suffered a few bumps and bruises, but declined the role of patsy and used one final big play to end the Broncos' unbeaten streak at 13. Eight days later in Miami, the Broncos showed they were human after all.
Fires deep down the near side. Lamar Thomas is open. Makes the catch at the 25. Touchdown!
It was a nice run, you know, after winning the Super Bowl and have the success we did and to start the season the way we did. There's always kind of a time of realization once you do lose a football game that everybody goes back and they look at themselves and they say, hey, why did we lose that football game? From players, from a coaching staff to everybody within the organization. So you do tighten things up a little bit. So if there is any positive with losing, it's going back and making sure you do the little things and do them right so it doesn't happen again.
TD, ready to do this, baby?
Yeah, I'm ready to do this.
Let's go, baby.
The Broncos then focused on where they were headed, not where they'd been.
It would have been a bonus, but I think we're still on course, and we still have our goals in sight. And so, you know, that it happened. It's gone. Let's just move on.
John to throw. Here comes the safety blitz. Looking long, throwing deep to the corner. It is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
In the regular season finale, the Broncos radiated confidence, and John Elway was positively glowing.
Lobs one to the end zone. Sharp is there. Touchdown.
Number 7 became only the third quarterback to throw 300 career touchdown passes. But the real groundbreaker was number 30, who needed 170 yards to reach 2,000 for the season.
It's amazing to watch this guy.
It's kind of hard to talk about it until you actually get it. You know, I've come close to a lot of different things, and then I'm upset, you know, because it didn't happen. If I get it, then I'll be, you know, only the 4th player to ever do that, and I'll be up there with the best of the best.
He's behind Elway by himself. He takes the handoff, running left. Terrell breaks a tackle. He's got it. There it is. Terrell Davis is mobbed by his teammates on the sideline. He has just become only the 4th player in NFL history to go over 2,000 yards in a single season. And a standing ovation by the Bronco faithful here at Mile High Stadium. What a player.
It's been good. It's been good. I worked out all off season, try to come to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can do for the team, and this year's been great. Everything's paid off for the off season for me. I came in, I kept my focus, and I've been able to redo what I did last year and even do better this year. So I think that's been real rewarding for me.
TD isn't just the best 6th-round draft pick ever. He's the best running back in the game. In Denver, Davis looms larger than life. Quite simply, he is the man. And he's gone places that few NFL players have ever been.
A lot of people are asked to go on the Leno Show, the Letterman Show, and shows like that, but how many players are actually asked to go on the Sesame Street Show? Not many.
Thanks, Terrell.
You the man, Elmo.
No, you the man.
No, you the man.
You the man.
You the man.
No, you the man.
No, I can't.
No, I'm the football.
He's the perfect confluence of speed and power. In 19 games, including playoffs, Davis ran for 2,476 yards, the highest single-season total in NFL history.
I need you to tell me, or count down to how many games we have to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes. Here we go. 1 game. No, make that 2 games to the Super Bowl. No, 3 games to the Super Bowl.
Our goal is to be Super Bowl champs, and, you know, it's a long haul, and I've felt good about our players, and, you know, we've had a good run so far, and hopefully we can play our best football once we get to the playoffs.
The beginning of the end for your ass. The beginning of the end. Call Paul Arpin. Paul Arpin, the official fan lines of the NFL. Take your ass home.
The Broncos moved coast to coast on their opening series and capped the trip with a Terrell Davis touchdown. The Broncos thrashed the Dolphins from the start and ended all suspense with touchdown drives on their first 3 possessions.
Great catch at the 36-yard line.
A heavenly throw.
by John Elway. Off play action. And McCaffrey reels it in nicely.
The Broncos' second drive had a familiar destination, the Miami end zone.
He's to the 10, cuts back again, and goes trotting into the end zone untouched. Touchdown Broncos on a 20-yard run.
Great job up front. Nice shield block up by the offensive line with the last cut. Unbelievable. Sam Madison tries to square. Terrell Davis just shakes him.
In the regular season, the Dolphins held TD to a season-low 29 yards, something his offensive line took very personally. This time around, Mark Schlereth, Tom Nalen, Tony Jones, Dan Neal, and Harry Swain helped Davis outrush the Dolphins 199 yards to 14. The Denver ground game was dominant, even when Davis was on the sideline. And this against a defense that allowed the fewest points in the NFL.
Nice cut back to the middle of the Bill. Still in his feet to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown, Denver. I think this is Jimmy Johnson's worst nightmare. Get behind the Denver Broncos early.
Dan Marino's perennial quest for a Super Bowl ring was done in by a Denver defense that featured the likes of number 94 Keith Traylor, who disrupted Miami's offense all day. By the third quarter, the Dolphins were falling apart.
Steps up, throws middle pass, intercepted, Romanowski.
A big play by the veteran who has got this crowd all day long fired up.
In the final quarter, the Broncos continued to deal the Dolphins a painful lesson in humility.
This one has been a root canal without Novocaine.
Yeah. Hey, the Super Bowl will be at their house and they ain't even invited. Hey, that's what's going on. Hey, I told them put their finest china, their best wine out. For us.
With less than 10 minutes to play, the Dolphins did lay out a feast, on a silver platter no less, and the Broncos promptly gobbled it up.
The ball came loose, and was it a fumble?
And nobody's blown it dead, and here goes Neil Smith. Smith chugging for all he's worth down the west sideline, gets a block. Neil Smith, I believe, is going to score. Neil Smith, right now, would sell his house for a little oxygen.
Man, that was a great team effort. We're talking about a 3-round fight. That's round 1. That type of team effort, man. Everybody gets the game ball. Yeah. Hey, we've talked about it before, man. We know what our goal is. Round 2, I'm not sure who it's going to be.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Mile High Stadium on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's AFC Championship time with the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Will this be John Elway's last game ever at Mile High Stadium? We think so.
Time to perform now. Time to perform. We've been here before. They haven't. We're going to see. Anybody who touches the ball suffers. They pay them. They pay a price. They're in our house. The road to the Super Bowl is today, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it.
Perhaps the mile-high altitude stoked the mile-high attitude. But whatever the cause, the effect was clear. The Jets opened the game by opening up their offense.
30, across the 35 for another Jet first down.
The New York Jets exploited favorable coverage early on and moved down the field with surprising ease.
We thought right from the beginning, Wayne Corbett, based on what happened last week, could have a huge game. They don't match up with him well, and they've really done a nice job so far.
Still, the drive stalled, and the first effects of the Rocky Mountain bluster were felt.
The kick's got plenty of distance, but he pushed it wide right.
That's the win factor.
While John Hall couldn't convert, the Jets' Vinny Testaverde couldn't miss, completing his first 13 passes. But New York's running game lacked the same precision.
Hand off of the counter. This is Curtis Martin looking for a place to run and will gain one or two. Ball is free. Ball is free, and the Broncos have it. Curtis Martin took a big shot, and Braxton came away with the football, and Denver has it back.
Can't give these guys opportunities, man.
Transforming turnovers into touchdowns is a touchstone of the Broncos' attack. And when John Elway converted a fourth down, it appeared that Denver's offense had come to light. Facing a second fourth down, this time from the 1, the Broncos took a shot and went for 6.
I don't trust the win right now. We're going to go for it 4th and 1 anyhow.
But the bold decision was doomed by the outstretched arms of the Jets' defense.
They play act. Elway throws, and it's blocked at the line of scrimmage by Mo Lewis.
Should have got that knocked up the field, guys. If he hangs like that, we got to knock his ass off that field.
For the remainder of the half, the world champions' play went from bad to worse, to downright awful.
A high snap. He fumbles it. It's loose. Bruin is touched right there, and the Jets will take over.
Both teams battled the win, but it wasn't the only element that chilled the Jets.
Now throwing, fires wide open. He fumbles the ball.
Still loose.
It is loose on the field. Denver had it first, and I think they have gotten it again. They have. Fires with a fumble, and the Jets making mistakes. So far, it hasn't cost them big time, but they were in striking distance of a score.
The Broncos never capitalized, and all told, it was the Jets that displayed the stronger will for the game's first 30 minutes. Yet for all their grit and gumption, the best the Jets could muster was a single field goal that broke the scoreless tie.
Hall on the way, and it silences the crowd, and we are going to the break with the Jets ahead.
The city of Denver is used to the deafening roar from Mile High Stadium. But as the second half began on this Sunday afternoon, the cheers were dramatically silenced.
They got it, they block it, and the Jets recover it.
The block by Blake Spence. He came right up the middle, and he took that ball off the foot of Tom Bruin.
Blocked it cleanly, and it was recovered. Doesn't really matter who recovers it because it's going to be the Jets' ball at the half-yard line.
The Jets responded with their longest touchdown drive, 18 inches.
Touchdown, New York Jets, Curtis Martin.
For the moment, the Jets' defense had confused the Broncos. And when wide receivers Rod Smith and Ed McCaffrey lined up in the wrong positions, disaster seemed imminent. But the Broncos have a master of disaster.
A little disorganized, and they're set.
Play fake. Elway deep in the pocket. Loads it up. Got McCaffrey wide open. He makes the catch. McCaffrey's inside the 20-yard line. A big throw by John Elway.
With 2 perfect passes, Elway righted the sinking Bronco offense.
Throws, pass over the middle. Caught. Howard Griffith's goal line. Touchdown, Denver.
The players needed, the fans needed this too. Great protection. Elway waited for Griffith to come all the way across the field before he broke open.
Mother Nature played her biggest role of the game on the ensuing kickoff. She was a fickle mistress and a Broncos fan for sure.
Elam to kick it off. Either Meggett or Kevin Williams, and he kicks it short and high. They have to let it hit. It's a free ball. It is a free ball. It is loose on the ground. They dive for it. Broncos say they've got it. And they do. The wind helps the Broncos on the kickoff.
That ball hit about the 25. In that case, the guy in the wedge has got to recognize that and get up and catch the football. That was not a designed short kick. He just kicked it short.
So 2 huge plays. 3 actually in a row.
The weirdest game we've seen all year.
Snap is good. Placement down. Jason's got it on its way. It is perfect. Jason Elam has come up big here in the second half.
Elam's second field goal made the score 13-10. And late in the third quarter, the Broncos' special teams struck. This time with a 36-yard punt return by Darian Gordon. The New York defense had kept Terrell Davis in check, but in the end game, the grand master of running backs made all the right moves to checkmate the Jets. Davis rushed for 167 yards and a brilliant 31-yard touchdown.
Left side, TD. Terrell squares. He's got the first down and a big hole. Terrell, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Can you say MVP? Ran right through a tackler at about the 15-yard line and was, from that point on, home free.
Terrell Davis now ties John Riggins.
In 10 minutes, Denver turned a 10-point deficit into a 10-point lead.
Sometimes you got to be very careful for what you ask for. They asked for it, then they got us.
Trailing 20-10 in the final quarter, the Jets' offensive game plan looked sharp until it ran into guys like Steve Atwater.
That's one of those hits that you see on NFL films where you say, ow.
The Broncos forced 3 ruinous turnovers that included 2 interceptions by number 21, Darian Gordon.
Testaverde fires over the middle, pass deflected and intercepted again. And you can make your reservations for Miami.
The defending champion is now rearing what they do so well, win big games. The clock strikes midnight for the New York Jets. The season is over for Bill Parcells and his New York Jets. And the season continues from Mike Shanahan and his Denver Broncos.
Back to back, let's go home. Move! Back to back, let's go home.
Super Bowl. They are AFC champions for the second consecutive year. They have beaten the New York Jets 23-10. The Denver Broncos are going back to defend their world championship in Super Bowl 33 this time, in what should be John Elway's last game.
Janet Elway had witnessed many glorious moments, but perhaps none more emotional than what might be her husband's last triumph at Mile High Stadium. Only time will tell whether this triumphant moment would be John Elway's last goodbye, or thumbs up for another season.
Game programs. There we go. Denver Broncos and the Dirty Birds right here.
Mike Shanahan marched into Miami determined to defend his Super Bowl title and to protect his turf.
Hey, go and do me a favor. Hey, do that. Tell that guy in the yellow, if he don't get off the football field, I'm going to kick him off personally. Tell him I said it.
Shanahan says you guys need to get back, you're going to get killed.
Maybe that same message should have been sent to the Atlanta Falcons, who are making their first Super Bowl appearance in franchise history.
This is Super Bowl. Not bad. That's what we worked, this is what we played so hard for. Just remember, we can't win it in the first quarter, second quarter. We got to play 60 minutes of Bronco football.
There was no fear in the eyes of these champions, only anticipation. They had waited an entire year for the right to prove themselves again. And if this was to be John Elway's last game, he was determined to go out with a bang.
Fans are on their feet here in Pro Player Stadium. And we are underway. Super Bowl 33. The flash bulbs are off, and so are the Falcons.
From the initial play from scrimmage, Atlanta established its ground game. But on this drive, the Falcons also showed that they would struggle in the red zone.
Chandler drops straight back, pressure, and he's down. Romanowski's got him, and down he goes at the 17-yard line.
Clean shot right up the gut. I don't think Chandler ever saw it.
Bill Romanowski's sack forced the Falcons to settle for a field goal.
Great job, Bill.
On the Broncos' first possession, John Elway connected with Rod Smith, who did not catch a pass in last year's Super Bowl.
Inside the 35, inside the 30.
Go, Rod, go!
And finally knocked out of bounds. He's going to be inside the 25.
Elway looked sharp from the start, and he looked to Shannon Sharp to set up the game's first touchdown.
Formation now. Denver first and go inside the 1. Hand off to Howard Griffith over left guard.
Come on, man, get in the end zone.
Denver touchdown.
Yeah!
Shannon Sharp also was responsible for the game's first turnover.
Operating out of the shotgun. He's looking at 4 wide receivers. Here's the snap. Elway on the run, looking, and it's picked off. Intercepted.
Shannon Sharp had to go right through his hands, and Ronnie Bradford, the former Denver Bronco, picks it out of the air.
4 plays later, Dan Reeves faced a 4th and 1.
And the first big decision for Dan Reeves. Smith now in motion. Handoff, toss, right side. Bounce deep as Anderson. He's in trouble, and the Broncos have him.
When Bill Romanowski took out 3 offensive linemen, it left fewer Falcons downfield to block and allowed Denver's defense to contain Jamal Anderson.
Big play by the Bronco defense. Glenn Cadrez and Keith Traylor.
Behind an offensive line that would yield no sacks, John Elway continued to look for Rod Smith, who caught 4 first-half passes for nearly 150 yards. Terrell Davis ran for 65 yards before intermission, and he helped set up a Jason Elam field goal. The Falcons tried to match the three-pointer, but for the second straight Atlanta drive, and Anderson came up short.
Come on, he's not used to kicking out grass. Let's go.
26 yards out. Here's the snap. The hold, the kick is on the way. It's up, and it is... Oh, no good. No good. No, missed it.
The Broncos dodge a bullet.
And they would fire one on the next play. As Morton Anderson thought of what might have been, Shanahan concocted what was to be.
We got to be able to come with the X post, right? Well, that'll be great, because if they do that, and we do go with our X post, they're dead. And I think you get out of the pocket. If they're an 8-6 blitz, we still got a good play. Especially going against Bradford. Oh, it's going to be wide open. It is going to be wide open.
The X-Post proved to be the X factor in Super Bowl 33.
Rolls to his right, stop, loads it up, throws down deep the middle of the field. Rod Smith got it! Here we go! 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Rod Smith, Denver touchdown. And Pro Player Stadium is alive once again. And he beat Eugene Robinson on the play.
Rod Smith somehow got singled up. Nice play action. Usually on that play, Smith breaks outside, came back inside. Robinson, who's supposed to have middle containment, just got beat and then outrun.
With With 199 yards passing, John Elway and Mike Shanahan were torching the Atlanta Falcons. And at the half,
Let's go. Let's bury him now. Bury him.
the blue moon over Miami was shining down on the Super Bowl's brightest star. As the third quarter began, the newcomer hoping to win its first title and the defending champion seeking to repeat were separated by just 11 points. The Broncos prepared to explode and put Super Bowl 33 away early.
Denver would love to get points on this drive and really open this game up with it. 17-6, the halftime score.
With Atlanta game planning to stop the run, Elway continued to beat them over the top. Twice the Broncos drove deep into Falcon territory, but twice they had to settle for field goal attempts.
Hey, baby, come on, just make this, baby. Come on, Jace. Come on, relax, baby. Come on.
Elam steps into it. Is plenty of distance. It is no good. So Elam is 0 for 2 in the quarter.
Denver then turned to its defense to turn the tide.
Come on, somebody come up with a big play now.
Three straight Falcon possessions ended in interceptions. And with the outcome still up for grabs, the Broncos seized the moment.
Denver's defense has been a huge factor in Super Bowl 33.
Eyes strong, we're just hip charging, no spill, no down his trap. Go get the quarterback.
Throws the end zone. Pass is going to be picked off. Picked off, and Darian Thornton will go again.
Go, go, go! Go! Watch it! Watch it behind you! All right!
Not a single point was scored in the third quarter. But all that changed on the first snap of the fourth.
Hand off Griffin. Left side again. Same play as he scored on initial, and he scored again. Touchdown, Denver. Howard Griffin, his second Super Bowl touchdown.
The dirty Denver!
The only quarterback to start 5 Super Bowls, John Elway threw the ball in his 16th season with the power and might of his rookie year, leading the way and passing his way to 336 yards.
Play fake deep in the pocket, pressures. John steps up, dumps it. Pass is going to be caught. Terrell Davis. He's going to have a first down, and down the sideline he goes. TD is going to be inside the 20, inside the 15, and knocked out of bounds.
Okay, we're going to go quarterback draw next play.
Elway clinched it with his old standby, the quarterback draw, and at age 38 became the oldest player ever to score a touchdown in a Super Bowl.
Left Elway with an empty backfield, runs a quarterback draw, lunges to the goal line. He is in. Touchdown, John Elway and Denver. He gets up with a big smile on his face, and why not? His club is in front 30-6.
The competitive phase of Super Bowl 33 was over.
Proud of you, bud.
Love you. Great job.
But not the competitive spirit of a proud old warrior.
Don't let up, man. You gotta get. You gotta get that defensive roll on the roll. Look what you guys done in the playoffs. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Give up a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? You can't get up a touchdown. You haven't yet. You're not gonna. Come on.
There was still one small chirp left in those dirty birds, but it was much too little and came much too late to make a difference.
Dwight, the quick speedster on his feet again over the 30, 35-40. Dwight with one to beat. He goes right by Ruin, and you can forget it.
Tim Dwight's touchdown merely set the stage for the coronation of back-to-back champions, with extra special attention given to number 7.
I asked him, I said, hey, at the end of this game, you want to be on the field the last player. Would you like the tribute to get pulled? Okay? And he said, I'd like to come off the field.
Okay.
And they have just announced that the MVP of Super Bowl 33 is John Elway. A unanimous choice. His helmet is off, both arms extended in the air. Super Bowl 33 is history. And they are world champions once again.
All right.
tonight. Damn it, we are world champions.
The Denver Broncos became only the 6th team to repeat as world champions, a title richly deserved by the entire team. Their mile-high fans, Pat Bowlen and Mike Shanahan.
Love you.
Oh, great job. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The only job tougher than winning a championship is winning it again. And after a dominant 17-win season, the Denver Broncos once again stand alone, atop the National Football League.
I've never been more happy or more proud of a bunch of men in my life. When you guys came back last year, we talked about the off-season program. We talked about summer camp. We talked about being favored. I mean, you guys never wavered. You had a bunch of men in this room that believe in each other, and you did something that most people never get a chance to do in a lifetime. That's winning 2 Super Bowls. Congratulations, everybody in here. Now, off-season starts tomorrow because we're going. Hey, this guy didn't have 2 better. I don't know if it's his last one.
Hell no.
Keep the pressure on.
While the future can never be predicted, the present is certain. The Denver Broncos are world champions, and the Vince Lombardi Trophy is still in good hands.
It's unbelievable. What a feeling, huh? World champs.